Alright, Omar, this video is for you. I have one of your quads here, so this is the first one I'm doing for you, and this is the Maximus FPV bite size. This is a frame that I had gotten. It's not for sale anymore, so for anybody that's wondering, you will not be able to buy this frame. It was for sale for a while, but I guess it didn't do that great selling or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand why people stop selling frames. I mean, a great example is Tomo Quads, man. He made some of the sweetest frames ever. And if you go back on my channel like a year or two, maybe even 3 years, you'll see a lot. Actually, if you just go to YouTube and type in Tomo Quads, you'll see a ton of videos of mine where I reviewed his frame because, you know, I was just in love with his frames. I mean, every single one that he was putting out was just so sick. But then, like, you know, a year later, that frame is gone, never to be seen again, you know, and it's like, why? Why did you take it away? Yeah, so I don't get it. I mean, I'm sure there's legit reasons why, but I don't understand them. Maybe they didn't sell well or something, or, you know, maybe they got to make room for the newest, greatest thing or whatever. But man, some of those frames were just so sweet, and they're just gone forever, you know. Anyway, enough rambling. I could ramble forever because I don't have anybody to talk to except my 6-year-old daughter, and she likes everything. All right. Anyway, well, let me show you real quick. I do have a couple more if anybody's interested. I have 2 more of these. So these are actually the 0803 version. He had 2 different versions when he did the bite size, the 0803 and 1102 or 1103 version. And this is the 0803 version. And it's really cool because when you use 0803s, it makes this thing so light. It's just ridiculously light. This thing, as it sits, is 28 grams. I mean, that is incredibly light for a 2-inch. This is a 2-inch quad. It's a stretched X 2-inch. The props I have on it right now are actually 1.9 inch. But yeah, it fits 2-inch. The problem is with 0803s at this moment that I realized lately is that if you use 0803s on anything bigger than like a 65mm prop, you know, there's no props out there that are 2-inch press fit, you know what I mean? Except for these. These are like the only ones I could find, and these are the, I'm sure there's other ones out there, but these are the Beta FPV 48mm, and I showed these before when I reviewed the Primo frame because I tried these on the Primo and it was pretty awesome. Because that was another point in time where I was like, okay, I have a 0803 motor on a frame that can do bigger than 40mm prop. What am I going to use? You know. So these props actually seem to be just absolutely perfect for this frame, and they're not bad priced. I found them on eBay for $2. I'll try to leave a link to where I got them from, but I used to get them from Kato's Multi-Rotors, and I don't even know if they're still around anymore. It doesn't seem like they are. I don't ever see any advertising or anything like that, but I do still get things from them every once in a while. It's been a few months though, and they were gone for a little while, but now I see their stores back, so I'm not sure what's up with them. But yeah, 48mm equals to like 1.89 or something like that, or 1.9 inch. So but I have these other 2 if anybody is interested. This thing is actually pretty sweet. I designed it to run on 1S or 2S because that's what the customer wanted. And on 1S, it flies awesome. So you won't see too many quads, this style of quad that runs on 1S and 2S and flies good. This one actually has really nice power on 1S. These are 0803 12,000 kV. So on 12K with a 48mm 3-blade prop on 1S, it actually flies really good. And I mean, it is only 28 grams. I mean, if you think about it, tiny whoops are like 22, 23 grams. So it's like 5 grams heavier than a tiny whoop. So and it's able to run these bigger props, you know. So if anybody knows of any like 2-inch props that are press fit for a 1mm shaft, let me know. But yeah, I do have 2 more of these. So that one was the blue one. There's a green and a red. He painted the sides, Maxwell did. Looks pretty nice. And then there's just tons of TPU. I love TPU so much. So there's the arm protectors, the battery holder. There's a one of these type of battery holders that fits like a 452S in there. 2 different kinds of camera mounts, but they're both for a 14mm wide camera. He sent me some pink ones too, which is kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen a pink camera mount. So yeah, I do have 2 left if anybody is interested. I just use rubber bands for the 1S because, you know, it has these little notches that stick out the sides, and that's exactly what it's for. Well, it's for that TPU piece that snaps on, and then you can just wrap it around for your battery. But for a 1S, rubber band works great. So the parts, I already said, 0803 12K. This is a Wolfwhoop WT07. The receiver is the Full Speed Nano 2 FR Sky. And that one's kind of tricky to get to work on an F4 flight controller. I can help anybody that needs help with that. If there's anybody out there that is using that receiver and having problems on an F4 or any flight controller, they're kind of tricky. And then we got the Teeny F4 Pro stack, which is 1 or 2S with a 5-amp 4-in-1. And that's it. Pretty simple, nice and light, 28 grams. Let me see. I forgot which radio I had this bound to. Let's see here.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning.
Byte size. Nope, that's not it. Let's just see. I think it might have been on my other radio. Yep, because it has the Nano 2, the Full Speed Nano 2 has telemetry, which is nice. It's a D8 receiver, so. Let me grab my other radio. Little deuce, bite size. There we go. Yeah, I forgot. I had to use my X9D because the X9 Lite doesn't use D8, so I had to use my other radio for this one. All right, let's check the video. Might not be working. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Fucking cap is on. Stupid ass. Dude, I haven't done that in a long time. Go ahead and laugh at me. Alright, there you go. You can see you got quite a bit of prop and motor in there, but I think that's pretty cool actually. Okay, let me I gotta try to keep this plugged in because my battery's dead on the GoPro, so it's gotta stay plugged in or it's gonna die. Okay. That'll work. Okay, so here is 1S. And you can see how all of the motors or props don't want to spin at first. So you got to give it a little bit of throttle. So you can see 3 out of the 4. There we go. Now I give it a little throttle and it works. Listen to how quiet it is. And it's got nice punch for 1S. I mean, that's pretty good. It just flies so good. And that's the batteries, like, you know, my batteries are always dead, so this is definitely not on a full battery. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Seriously, I mean, it's just so cool because it's so tiny and light. You know, it's never gonna break. You're never gonna break this thing. It's just so freaking light. Light as a feather. And then, you know, it does have the 2.0 connector, but Race Day Quads has those 300 milliamp hour 2S's with the 2.0 connector on them. So you can slap one of those on there, plug it in, you're good to go. Now you're flying 2S, and on 2S, this thing's going to rip. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I don't know why these didn't sell good or whatever. Maybe they did, and he just decided to stop selling them. I don't know, but... I was going to put that... I really like those, the actual TPU battery holders. But that would have added quite a bit of weight to it. And then if you were going to fly 1S, you know, it would just be sitting in there. Because here's my bite size. And I like using those because I use the 2S 450. But if I was to put this on here, which it does come with, it would just be so much extra weight, you know. Pretty cool. So there you go, Omar. The last thing that I need to show you, sorry, I just turned this into a video for everybody and for Omar and for myself actually, because I really enjoy flying this thing. But the last thing I need to show you is binding. Okay, so like I said, it's D8, okay, D8 mode. The bind button is right here. You might not see it on camera, but in person you'll be able to see it. I'm touching it right now. You can see a square copper piece, and that's the bind button. Okay, I can see it perfectly in person. I'm pushing down on it right now. It's clicking right now. So it's very easy. You can just very gently push it and it just clicks. You can feel it click. Okay, so you don't want to be jamming on it or poking on it with a needle or anything like that. Just lightly push down and it clicks. If it doesn't click, you're not pushing in the right spot. So you're gonna hold that down while you're plugging in the battery. In D8 mode, hit bind, and it'll bind right up, no problem. And you will get RSSI and telemetry in your radio. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you don't get any video, you get a black screen. Take the camera lens off, camera cap. All right, thanks, Omar. I'll send you tracking when I have it. All right.